Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, everyone. My name is Krista, and you are watching Heart to Heart. Our subject today is why high achievers experience imposter syndrome. Let's go to the girls and see what they think about this subject. Grace, what is your opinion on imposter syndrome?
Good morning, ladies. Nice to see you here again. And you all look so beautiful today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, the high achievers, um, facing that thing, you know, um, is not a bad thing, but because some people, when they're very high achievers, there are some reasons because of those reasons they go through this condition. Actually, sometimes they raise their bars so high that they don't accept, it's like they want to be perfect in everything. Just like if I take it in our business, sometimes what happens if we create something for, some live or some topic or some ad or something for our audience, and then we think that it should be perfect, and then when we go through it, and if we try to give it to someone else to just have a look at it, and if that someone else says something even a little bit here and there, and we are so perfectionist we become, then we think, oh no, no, that's not good, then we have to try it again. So that kind of thing in their mind, they are the high achievers, but at the same time, they suffer with this thing, being perfectionist. So that's why they would just delete everything. They would start over, and sometimes in that, they create a gap of moving forward. Like they create a gap, and that's what they face. And so the first thing that they keep their bars so high that they try to become perfectionists all the time. And the second thing is, they sometimes they don't know how to give value to themselves. Sometimes they're so high achievers and they're not satisfied, they would still say, oh, anyone could do that. So but the fact is, no, not everyone can do what that person did, because unless they do, like, really, really, we cannot like literally say, oh, you cannot do it, I can do it. But there literally, practically, there are some things that only one one person can do, but the second person cannot do, because we all have our limitations. So that's another thing. So these are the things. And sometimes what they do, they surround themselves with the people who are already high achievers. So in that case, they try to keep learning. So even if, suppose, they're starting something new, some new business or something, so they treat themselves as beginners. As beginners means zero, we don't know nothing. So in that case, even if they have already a high achiever in other areas, they lose that kind of confidence. Whereas what they could do, they can have that confidence in their back of their mind that, oh, they did that, so they can do it again. And now they can start as a beginner, and then they can move forward from there. So these are the things that they face, go through. And there are some solutions that they can think about. Like they can have a mentor, so that the mentor can guide them properly. Even if they're trying to get into that syndrome, the mentor will bring them up. They can have meetings like we are having right now, and they can work on their thoughts, they can work on their positivity. They can learn to accept themselves. So sometimes when they find that they are going into that syndrome, that moment, they would just try to come back. So those are the things that they can utilize from going into that kind of imposter syndrome, where they don't have to be an imposter, whereas they can be a real person. Oh, that's fine. Or yes, and they need to, and that way they can give themselves some credit too. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what
great,
my share.
great,
Thank you.
yeah, great explanation, Grace. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Um, Pam, what is your opinion? You're on mute. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies. I think Grace said it all. One thing I think about is imposter syndrome is you're comparing yourself to others. You look at other high achievers or people who have gone before you, excuse me, and have achieved great abundance or great success or whatever, and you're here and you're learning, and you, yes, you try to be perfect, and when you're not perfect, you feel like you're a failure, but you're learning as you go, and you compare yourself to, okay, like I should be there because they're there and I'm learning the same as they are, but you try to impersonate, you try to be somebody else other than just being yourself and moving as you should yourself on your own growing scale. Sometimes you feel like I'm not doing good enough, or okay, I had a great success today, but you know what? That was just luck. When it wasn't luck, it was your own skills that took you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. All right, Tina.
Good morning. Um, and like for any entrepreneur, when you have more eyes on you, the pressure is on. So it's very easy to feel that way. And really, up to 70% of people, this is like a little stat that I had pulled from for my notes. Up to 70% of the people feel like this sometimes. So the best way to circumvent that is to normalize it. And
Mhm.
like track your wins, keep track of them, and reframe that fear around it. It's not, I don't know, I guess I've felt that way too, but being an
Mhm.
imposter, no, you're not an imposter. What it is you're probably pushing boundaries, and
Mhm.
it's not because you're not good enough. So
Yeah,
really just accept it, and do the best you can and enjoy the journey.
exactly. Great advice,
Yeah.
ladies. Yeah, I love it. That's great. So, for me, first of all, what is a high achiever? To me, it is anyone who enjoys learning, is comfortable being uncomfortable, and pushes themselves past their comfort zone. So, there's a lot of us out there. Now, what is imposter syndrome? Well, Mel Robbins says it is that feeling you feel when you start something new. You know, when you feel uncomfortable and don't know what you're doing, that's it. And I agree with her. Sometimes your brain takes over and says, I can't do this. What am I doing? How did I get myself into this? These statements I am very familiar with because I'm a yes girl and I'll try anything once. So I say those statements a lot to myself. But what I have learned is stick with it. Whatever you are doing, these doubts will go away, and before you know it, you will know what you are doing. It takes patience, kindness with yourself and others, and belief that nothing lasts forever. This too shall pass. I hope you enjoyed our discussion today. And if learning and pushing yourself past your comfort zone appeals to you, reach out and let's chat about starting your own online business. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful day.